What's up guys, Cloudie here checking in from the America server, and this is gonna be a quick guide to the Juno's Cooking Quest event, which was released with today's patch on the 12th of May. Let's just quickly go through it and see what you need to do and what kind of rewards you can get from it. Now if you go to Central Orwell, you can enter going here. As you go to Juno's Cooking Quest, you will see a quick cutscene with Juno, who decides to go and look for some more food ingredients, and then you get to do the story dungeons. Now there are 3 different story dungeons, each you can enter using one of these, and you will get 3 of them recharged every day. As you enter the dungeon, there will be a story mode at first. Clearing that will give you a first clear reward, which you will be seeing here, and then a repeat clearing reward if you do that. And then once you have cleared easy mode, you can go to normal mode, and then you can go to hard mode. After clearing that, you will get the first clear mode, first clear bonus for every single stage that you do. So for story, normal and hard, and after that you just get the repeat clears. These shouldn't be too hard. As you can see, the monster levels are really low. And once you have cleared all 3 of these on story mode, which I highly recommend you do with your first 3 entries, then you will unlock the special dungeon, which is using your stamina and will give you different rewards. Clearing those will give you the stew ingredients, and this gives gelatin like these. It costs 100 stamina to enter, you can see it here, and you will be fighting this king slime boss, which you can see is a magic type slime, and before you get to him you will be fighting different kind of slimes as well. There are 3 difficulties to this. Each of them costs 100 stamina but gives 1 more reward each, so you can go from 6 to 7 to 8 per run per 100 stamina. So you can set your own pace. Maybe if you do not have a very invested DPS team, then it takes you longer to clear, or you can't clear at all, then you can just go lower and maybe save some time, depending if you have more stamina or if you have more time on your hands. And as you clear these, you will accumulate these rewards. Now if we go to check what the rewards are, because it's interesting, you can see them here in Juno's recommended menu. So the top part is for these stew ingredients, which you get from the story clears that you can do 3 times daily, and there are some pretty good rewards. The artifact is a bit so-so, I would leave this last. Unique treasure ticket, very nice. Transcendence points, always nice. This is the new consumable item, the protection of the God King for the random soul judgments. Mystic soul fragments, not too bad. Circle of friendship for NPCs, also pretty nice. 12 of them, that's quite a lot of friendship. And you can get some reforged tickets, and if you have any left, then you can get stamina potions, which you can then burn on the gelatin rewards. Starting here, you can get another artifact. This is pretty expensive actually for this much, and you can get brilliant eaters. Now doing the quick math, getting 100 of these at 65 gelatins will cost you about 80,000 stamina if you do the highest difficulty, and getting this one will be somewhere around 42 or so. So all in all, to get just the limited rewards will cost you 120,000 stamina just farming away. But you have 2 weeks to do this, so that's not too bad. I'm not really sure if this artifact is really worth it. It's a fairly low chance. Well, it's 10%. It's not too bad. It's just like kind of so-so. If you have a lot of stamina, you probably can pick it up, or if you already have it from last year's event, then you can get it. But the eaters are really nice. I know that I will be burning so much stamina on this one. And if we quickly check the farm dungeon, because this is where things will be a bit more challenging, you can see that the boss is actually a magic type and has quite a bit of health. His attack is not too high, which is good, and his defense is equal, so it doesn't matter whether you take a magic or a physical team. I was running it with this team a few times, not too many as you can see from the gelatins, and this clears fairly okay. Let's just go quickly through a run. The boss itself is actually very melee heavy. He stuns and does AoE hits in melee range. Also sometimes he just decides that he wants to hit your diver unit instead of the tank, so have to be careful. If you do not have a very invested melee DPS, then you might be better off bringing range to this one. And again, here the slimes are just ignoring Jane and going for my backline. Also, Saria is kind of stupid in auto, and I don't really recommend running her. It's just that for me she is the most invested unit, so it's with her that I'm trying. But generally I would recommend bringing a somewhat smarter and perhaps ranged DPS, especially for the boss itself, because it's just better to not get killed when in melee range by the boss. As you can see, Saria is not picking the most optimal rotation by far, and just refuses to do her moon slash skill at all. So that's a bit lame that she still doesn't do that on auto. It's a lot of damage loss for her, and it would be nice if she could, but it's what it is. Okay, soul weapon activated, whatever. And then we get to the boss. You will see that he does quite a few melee hits, and he can actually stun with that, and I think he might be a little bit weaker than he was last year, because I remember he was one-shotting my units then, but yeah, he was actually hitting Saria there for a moment. He has a frontal cone attack, he has stuns, all in all quite annoying, and he brings out some small additional monsters to go with him. Again, this is a fairly well invested team, so they can clear it pretty easily, but if you do not have one, then you might want to go like one difficulty lower. I think the one that rewards 7 per clear should be fairly easy to do. And yeah, that's it basically. The rewards are really good, so if you have the stamina and you can afford to run the game like 24/7, I highly recommend to do so, because the rewards are just that good. Remember that eaters are very gated, very hard to come by, and we just had an update that makes spending more of them, upgrading your weapons easier, so you can overcharge them for more eaters. Definitely a good time to be getting those. So that's been it. I hope this small guide helps you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Also, if you like the video, please give it a like or even subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cloudie out. Bye bye.